darkness no longer, a child is born. Mother shed tears of joy as baby tests his lungs. But daddy's not there where he ought to be. Somewhere in Georgia, skinning and shooting craps on his knees. Another victim born out here in the hood. And based on statistics, it really ain't all good.
Alright, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Listen, I might just get a little emotional up here. And I'm going to tell you why. I want you to say one thing for me before I get started. No banging. No banging. Just hanging. Just hanging. No banging. No banging. Just hanging. Just hanging. And nobody died this summer. Nobody died this summer.
I've been continuously working with Level 2 first-time youth offenders here in the state of Delaware in collaboration with Department of Youth and Rehabilitative Services, and continuously on a weekly basis holding youth intervention groups with these young people, Saturdays holding community services, and understanding each week, still understanding and knowing that there is a lot of violence in the community, hearing it straight from the youth. See, I like a lot of times, a lot of people read, they get their information from the newspaper. I get my information from actually the youth's mouth. Each and every week, and I deal with young people whose mother is on crack, whose mothers are shooting heroin intravenously, and I'm able to relate to that because I grew up in a crack house. I grew up in what they call a shooting gallery in the streets. My mother shot heroin intravenously most of my life. She's been clean since 1989 now, but when I was growing up, I grew up in that type of situation, so I was able to relate and still able to relate to some of these young people that are still suffering from this situation now. Because one of the things I understand that, you know, I worked in a lot of schools, I spoke to thousands of kids, and I know that the youth must have somebody that they can identify with in order for them to move to the next levels, in order for them to believe what you are saying, because most of the times when you speak to young people, they always, it goes back to like a parent thing. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. But if you can have somebody that's basically comes out, because that's like when I go out and speak to young people, I tell young people where I come from, I tell them my story, because I know that there's somebody in that audience that is suffering from what I suffered from, and I tell them that no matter what, you can come out of condition, because my sister was one of the most leading mentors in my life, because even though my mother, you know, used drugs, used heroin and shot heroin, my sister through all that, I remember days when my sister used to have to come home and find a corner to find a corner to do homework in, because people were getting hot all over my house.
To obtain the same, so if you break the chain, don't pass the blame. We should say unto all, and I'll say it again, it's not just a win, shake a hand, make a friend. We who are pure at heart somehow might see there's still light in the world. Come rejoice with me, it's a new day.
A new world order, a brand new day. It's a change of mind for the human race. It's a new world order, a brand new day.
Message that I try to tell them, that even though I was in that condition, my sister was in that condition. Look at me today, look at my sister today. She's a social worker, so she was able to graduate, and we were under conditions where we woke up in the morning, some mornings, and the lights wasn't on.
It's a new day, a new day.
I was the type of kid that always got in trouble. Always got in trouble. And Mr. Hill could be on his way back from somewhere, and he would be saying, "Oh, is you again, Sean? Oh, come on." And back then, we got paddles. We got paddles back then. We got paddles back then for getting in trouble, and I always was the guy that always went to the office that got paddles. You know why I always was the guy that went to the office that got paddles? Because I know that when I came to school, I was going to have a little bit more fun than I had at home. I know that there's somebody in here that has something going on with them in their life. I know because I can go back to what grade is this? 4th and 5th? And 6th. I can go back to 4th and 5th and 6th grade and remember where I was at. I can remember where I was at, and I can remember leaving home and just knowing that there was something at home that just wasn't right, that wasn't normal. And when I came to school and when ladies like the teachers tried to help me, I knew that I felt that they didn't love me because I wasn't getting love at home.
As baby tests his lungs, my daddy's not there where he ought to be. Somewhere in Georgia, skinning and shooting craps on his knees. Another victim born out here in the hood, and based on statistics, it really ain't all good.
I wasn't getting love at home because I come from a drug-infested environment. I wasn't getting love at home because my mother did drugs most of my life. I was the type of kid that came to school when I had to get up in the morning. See, my mom been go washing every day or every week. I was the type of kid that had to get up early, wash my socks out in the sink, and throw them on the oven and try to get them dry, and then put them. Look, you know about that, don't you? See, I know. So I came to school, and just behind that, and doing those type of things, I stayed in trouble a lot. But listen, I'm here to tell you that you can make it. You can make it. Through all those times in my life and all the things that I went through in my life, I know that you can make it because I'm here to stand as a witness that you can
Good
make it.
afternoon. My name is Aisha Weaver. I'm at Frederick Douglass Stubbs School, and I have here with me
Basan Brown.
What grade?
4th.
Okay, Basan. How did you feel about the presentation today?
It was fun. It was fun. Like it was understanding. Like they don't want us to be in violence and all that. I understand.
Give one thing that you heard today that either moved or inspired you.
When the guy said that he had to when he had to wake up early in the morning and he had to wash his socks in the sink and he had to dry them in the oven, I thought that inspired me.
Oh, okay. After hearing this presentation, what could you do differently in a chaotic situation?
Just get out and try to solve the problem, or just
maybe by just talking it out instead of resorting to violence?
Yeah.
Okay. What part did you enjoy the most?
And when he was saying ooh-wee, and then we had to say yo, and then that was fun.
Oh, so you like to hear when the crowd is jumping. You like that part?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what I want to do is thank you for this interview, and I'm going to give you a free ticket to Movies 10 Cinemark. You enjoy yourself and be safe through this summer.
Change your mind for the human race. A new world order, a brand new day. Change your mind for the human race.
Beware of the lies and false prophecy. We are many with eyes, but don't all really see. You must be merciful.